Hello world, welcome. My name is Leanne Pikett. It is Sunday evening and it is time for me to sing and play the piano a little bit for you and to read you some verses in the Bible. First, I'm going to tell you a story. Something that happened to me. It was quite bizarre and I don't know, maybe it just happened to me for this. I don't know. But I'm naming my video tonight. I'm naming it Time. Very simple, Time, and it looks like my video's skipping. Hopefully I won't keep doing that. Time. So this was actually July 4th. This last July 4th, it was on a Saturday. And I had the day off because I always have Saturday off. And it was a holiday. I had nothing, no party or anything planned. I mean, I'm alone. I have nobody to do anything with. But I had stuff I was planning to do that day, things that like cleaning, laundry, I had stuff that I usually do on Saturdays. So I woke up. Now, I am not a morning person at all. I'm a night person. I don't normally wake up early in the morning. I wake up with an alarm, or I don't wake up. So I don't wake up till later. I had set my alarm to go off. Even on Saturday, I set my alarm to go off, or I sleep till noon. So I set my alarm for, I don't know, it was probably like 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock or something. So to make sure I get up at all. And so I have an old phone that doesn't really work anymore, and except the alarm on it works, and then I have the phone that I have now. I set alarms on both of those because I have been known to turn them off in my sleep. So I had the alarms on these phones set, and I woke up and thought, wow, it feels like it's so early. And that alarm hadn't gone off yet, so I knew it had to be early. And I thought, why am I awake? I usually don't wake up early unless something wakes me up in the morning. And so I thought, well, the alarm hadn't gone off yet, so it has to be before 9:30 or 9 o'clock. So I picked up my clock and I looked up, and it was like 6:50 or something. It was like 10 till 7. I thought, oh my word, why am I awake this early? For goodness sake. If I wake up this early, I'm going to be exhausted. So I don't know why I'm awake. So I'm just going to lay here and rest for a little while. So I laid there, and normally I'll go back to sleep, but I didn't go back to sleep. And I laid there and I thought, well, I'll just look at my phone for a while. And then, we'll wait for my alarm to go off. And I'll just lay here and relax, and I'll just look at my phone. So I looked at my phone, and I saw people doing different things. And somebody had, done a video a couple hours earlier, and I thought, whoa, they got up early. They did a couple hours earlier. And I was looking at that, and then I, spent about an hour doing that. And I finally thought, well, my alarm should be going off here soon, and it didn't go off. And I thought, huh. And then I noticed, now I had my blinds closed in my bedroom, and then I noticed it seemed to be getting dark outside. I thought, oh, it's going to rain. Oh, it must be going to really rain today. It must be about the storm because it's cloudy out there. And I could only see through the cracks. And so I thought, well, I seem to be wide awake, so I'm just going to go ahead and get up. And I got up, and I went in the bathroom and, brushed my teeth, washed my face, do everything you do, go turn on the TV. And I thought, man, it just really seems gloomy outside. And I walked around, and I thought, well, that's okay. I'll just turn on the lights in the house. It'll be fine. It's probably going to rain. And then I finally went back to the TV, because I usually like to check the Weather Channel. And I went back to the TV to look. I turned it on the Weather Channel, and it, puts up the time. The time said something like 8:30 p.m., not a.m., p.m. It was 8:30 at night. My alarm had never gone off, and I had slept the whole day. I've never done that in my life. I have never done that in my life unless I was sick or something. I wasn't sick. I didn't even feel bad. Felt perfectly fine. And I wasn't all that tired. I mean, normal tired, but I had gotten the normal amount of sleep. I had slept like the whole day. And I didn't even know it. When I got up, I thought it was almost 7 in the morning. It was 7 at night. And I'm like, how did this happen? And I didn't know it. When I woke up, I didn't know it. I didn't know it was night because it wasn't dark outside completely yet. I thought it was morning. And I'm like, all right, why did neither alarm go off? Did I turn off 2 alarms in my sleep? Usually if I turn off the alarm in my sleep, I wake up and say, oh, I know I turned that off. I usually know. I didn't. And I'm like, okay, it's the 4th of July. I just slept the whole day. I got up, I went and sat on the couch, and I was so bummed. I was so depressed that I was disturbed because I'm like, how did this happen? And would I not wake up the whole day at some point? Why would I not wake up the whole day? And I'm not sick. So I can understand if I was sick and I slept all day. Why did this happen? And I was kind of aggravated because I'm like, well, I had stuff to do today. Now, I didn't have any fun party to go to because, like I said, I don't have anybody to do anything with. But I had, laundry I was going to do. I was going to wash my hair. I was going to do all these, I was going to cook. I was going to do all these things. And I'm like, okay, now it's like almost 9 o'clock at night. And I didn't get to do anything, so I'm going to do all these things. And I thought, and I'm going to have to go to bed in 3 or 4 hours. Am I going to be able to go to bed in 3 or 4 hours? What am I going to do? And I was kind of mad, and I was like, God, why'd you let this happen? Why wouldn't you have had something wake me up? I just lost a whole day. I just lost a whole day. When I woke up, I didn't even know it. And I'm glad I'm not sick, but there was like no reason for this. Why did this happen? And I was really kind of aggravated. And then I got to thinking, all right, can I use this for something? Can I come up with something for this? I got to thinking about time. That I just lost a whole lot of time. And what I was so mad about is I couldn't undo it. I couldn't undo it. I couldn't go back and wake up in the morning. I couldn't get my day back. My day's gone. It's gone. I wasn't even awake. It's gone. And I can't get it back. I can't undo it. And I was so frustrated that I couldn't undo it. And I thought, this really can have a good life lesson for us because we only have so much time. Not just so much time in the day, but so much time in our life. That's one of the reasons why waiting for God to fulfill his promises in my life and waiting for the family and the husband and everything I feel God really should have for me, why it's frustrating to me that time keeps passing by and I have nothing and it keeps going. That's why it's one of the reasons it's so frustrating to me because I only have so much time here. And yes, we can get it all in heaven, but I'm concerned. I'm not concerned about heaven. I know I'm going to have everything there. I'm concerned about my life here. My life here, I want to be fulfilled. My life here, I want to be full. My life here, I want to be loved. And I want a family. And every day that goes by is like a day I slept through, even though I've been awake. It's like a day that was wasted in my life. It was like a day for me. It might not have been wasted for God. It might not have been wasted for other people. But it feels like it was wasted for me. And I was so bad I couldn't get that time back. And I thought, this is something we all could be doing. If you are wasting your time that you could be using for God and that you could be at least turning to God, all of those days you're allowing to go by without God, you can't get them back. You can't undo it. You can't undo the things you're doing. Now, can God deliver you from things? Yes, he can. He can. But you cannot go back in time. You cannot go get that back. You cannot go unlive the wrong things you did. God can forgive you for those, but that will always still be part of what took up part of your life. You can be forgiven for it. It can be taken from your life, but it will still always have been something that took up time of your life that you could have had with God. Time of your life that you could have been working for God, spending with God, knowing, learning about God. All of these things that if you're just letting time go by and you're not feeding your spirit and you're not growing in God, you can't go back and undo that. You can pick up from where you are now and move forward, but you cannot go back. And I had just lost that one day. That's all. It was just one day. One day. And I was so frustrated because it's really my only real day off. Because Sunday, I have things I have to do Sunday. So that was like, I lost my day off. Well, I slept, so I got rest. And yeah, I was actually able to go to sleep that night too. I woke up the next, I'm like, how in the world was I able to sleep? I don't know, I guess I needed to sleep. But the next day I was perfectly fine. Wouldn't even have known. Except I was kind of ticked off. My day is gone. And I wasn't even in it. I didn't get to live it. I didn't get to live it at all. I slept through it. And don't live your life spiritually where you aren't living it. And you aren't in any sort of relationship with God. Because you can pick up from where you are now and start a relationship with God forward, but you can't get one in the past. So I'm going to read some verses about time. Ephesians 5:15 through 17. It says, look carefully then how you walk, not as unwise, but as wise, making the best use of the time, because the days are evil. Therefore do not be foolish, but understand what the will of the Lord is. Psalm 90:12 says, so teach us to number our days, that we may get a heart of wisdom. I think that's telling you, realize your days aren't here forever and they're passing by. And that will, if you number your days, Lord, I'm only here a short time. I only got a short time to do what I think should be done for you and what I should have done in my life. We only have a short time, then you get a heart of wisdom so you don't choose things that are unwise. Colossians 4:5 says, walk in wisdom toward outsiders, making the best use of the time. John 9:4, we must work the works of him who sent me while it is day. Night is coming when no one can work. Some point, that's coming. It's coming when the works of God are not going to be allowed anymore. They're not. May or may not be in our lifetime, but it's coming. Because that's what's going to happen in the end times. Evil is going to take over. The Christians and the Holy Spirit and everything's going to be removed from this earth for a short time. And the evil will take over. And when it is night, the things that you would have done for God, you can't do then. You've got to do it now while it's day. Ecclesiastes 3:1 through, well, actually, I think this is just 1. It said 1 through 8. This is just 1. Ecclesiastes 3:1. For everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. Psalm 31:14 through 15. But I trust in you, O Lord. I say you are my God. My times are in your hand. Rescue me from the hand of my enemies and from my persecutors. And this next one, no, it's not this next one, it's the one after that. The next one is Isaiah 55:6, says, seek the Lord while he may be found. Call upon him while he is near. Because the time is now. The time is now. This one, I love what this one says. This is like, I posted this in my story, which is something on Facebook. Isaiah 33:6. This is a great verse. Really fits the times. It says, and he will be the stability of your times. If anything, we need stability right now. And he, God alone, he will be the stability of your times. Abundance of salvation, wisdom, and knowledge. The fear of the Lord is Zion's treasure. Esther 4 through 14, or 4 verse 14. This is Mordecai speaking to Esther about when the Jews were going to be attacked by Haman and his men and killed. And she was afraid to go to the king and tell him, because she said, if I go uninvited, he could just have my head chopped off instantly. It's like, he just has to wave his hand. They're going to kill me because I'm not allowed to go to the throne room if I'm not invited, and I haven't been invited. And Mordecai says to her, for if you keep silent at this time, relief and deliverance will rise for the Jews from another place. I like that Mordecai is telling her, God's still going to deliver his people even if you don't act. But you and your father's house will perish. You know, it's something interesting to me. I've always wondered about Esther. I always wondered if she got to have children. The Bible does not tell us. She could have later in life. I don't believe she had any up to this time. But later, maybe she was given children. I just always wondered if she got to have children. I hope she did. But it says, you and your father's house will perish. She was what was left of her father's house. She was it. And what he's saying is if the Jews, God will still deliver them, but if you don't speak up, probably you're going to die, and your father, you haven't gotten to have children. And if she was the end of the line of her father's house and she died without children, his name died, his life, her family died out. And I think that's what he was telling her. If you do not speak up, your family, your life's going to die out. And it says, and who knows whether you have not come to the kingdom for such a time as this. It was time for her to speak up. It was time for her to do what God had placed her there to do. She was scared. She was scared to do it because she thought, I am going to be killed. I might be killed. And he was telling her, yeah, you might be killed anyway. It's not a good situation to be in. Killed or killed. Pick one. Killed this way, killed that way. Pick one. She didn't want that choice. I don't blame her. I wouldn't have wanted that choice either. But that was the world she was in. And that was the choice she was faced with. Take the chance of the wrath of the king, or take the chance of Haman and his men killing you and all the Jews. And God will still deliver us somehow, but you probably won't make it. And she took the right choice. She took the choice that God had placed her there for the time she was there. I'm going to sing a couple of songs. I found them in this chorus book. They aren't necessarily songs that are especially exactly on this topic, because I don't really have any songs exactly on this topic. But there are choruses in his chorus books. The first one is called, it's from 1958, actually, called Surely Goodness and Mercy. And the second one is from 1974, Holy Spirit Flow Through Me. I pray that they will be a blessing to you. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever, and I shall feast at the table spread for me. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever, and I shall feast at the table spread for me. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my Holy Spirit, flow through me. Holy Spirit, flow through me, and make my life what it ought to be. Holy Spirit, flow through me. Holy Spirit, rest on me. Holy Spirit, rest on me, and use me, Lord, to win the lost to thee. Holy Spirit, rest on me. Holy Spirit, flow out from me. Holy Spirit, flow out from me, that other the Lord may see you in me. Holy Spirit, flow out from me. Galatians 6:9 says, and let us not grow weary in doing good. You know, that can be very easy to do, to grow weary, especially when it has been decades and decades and decades that you've been waiting. It's very difficult to not grow weary, but continue to do good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. So no matter how weary you are and how lonely you are and how much pain you're in, just don't give up. Just don't give up. Romans 13:11. Besides this, you know the time, that the hour has come for you to wake from sleep. For salvation is nearer to us now than when we first believed. Our ultimate salvation, our transformation from this life to the next, our new bodies, our new glorified bodies, are getting to be in the presence of God. It is closer, nearer to us now than when we first believed. It is coming closer every moment, every day. Sometimes it seems hard to believe that it's actually really going to happen, but it's really going to happen. And we're really going to be together in the presence of the Lord. And our salvation will then be complete and we will never die again. And the time that you have now is time you're given to become as close to God as you possibly can and to do what you can for Him. So do not let the time slip away. Do not sleep away your days, but do what you can while you have the time. Until next week, may you be very blessed. Good night.